Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another week with Chinese herbs. I was at the doctor's today a couple of hours ago, and now I'm out for my walk, and it's amazing weather. Summer came back and it's super warm, even though it's like past 6, so I'm really happy. I had a really good experience at the doctor's today. Everything is moving in the right direction and I'm responding well to the herbs. And I got acupuncture and I feel really, really energized. And the funny thing is, I was kind of complaining in the last episode about too much energy, and actually they didn't even give me any energy, so I guess it was my own energy that was being amplified by all the things that were happening. However, she did ask me a little bit about my PMS, and that was still kind of bothering me. So the week that I'm going to have now, the new recipe is going to aid in that department, like aid my PMS, and then also keep up the work with digestion and my mood and just hormones and organs and everything. And I got a separate bag to use when I get my period, because I usually have very heavy periods, and since I have or am recovering from a blood deficiency, I need to kind of keep as much blood as I can in my body. And the thing with this separate bag is that when I get my period, I'm going to add this bag of herbs with the other bag and boil them together, and then I will drink it, and that will help my body actually contain my blood and actually kind of decrease my period level. So that was pretty cool. And also when she was checking my pulse, this is really cool, she could tell that I had PMS, and I just think that is so amazing. Like, how can you feel at a person's pulse that they have PMS and or not? It's pretty cool. So I dropped my phone. But I'm gonna wrap this up now. I'm going to keep walking, and tomorrow I'm going to share how the new herbs are tasting and show you what they look like. I think they're quite similar to last week, but it's still interesting to see. And I'm also going to show you the separate bag for my period. And yeah, see you tomorrow. I am so disappointed right now. I was supposed to go and have this amazing weekend with work in the archipelago at a spa, and we were doing workshops and just having so much fun. And I got up today, I got all ready, I did my packing, and I woke up with this excruciating menstrual cramp. But I thought, like, oh, it's gonna settle, I'm gonna be able to go. And most of the time I'm the person who kind of, I push myself, I do things even though I'm in pain, because that's just who I am. And I actually even took 2 pills, but I was in so much pain, I couldn't even stand. So I had to cancel, and I'm really upset. Upset that I'm in pain, upset that I'm nauseous, and upset that I'm a woman. Or no, not that I am a woman, but that women get to have these issues. So now I'm just sitting here kind of trying to, I don't know, feel better. But I don't know what I can do about that. Except just wait. And I feel so stupid for getting up and getting all ready and fixed. So now I'm just gonna lay here all day with my makeup and yeah. It's the next day. I'm on the floor, as you can see. I feel really good today. And I actually did my 3rd hardcore workout for this week, and I just feel so happy that I have energy again. And today I really outdid myself. I cycled for 65 minutes intervals, and then I did some running, and then I came home. I did a 15-minute kind of hardcore stretch, and I finished off with 12 minutes arms with weights with Melissa Wood. And I can barely hold the camera right now. My arms are shaking and I feel really exhausted, but in a really good way. And it's so interesting how one really crappy day can go into or turn into a really good day. So I guess I really needed to rest yesterday and just do nothing. Also, one really interesting, super cool thing that happened, as I mentioned yesterday, I had gotten my period. Actually got it on Friday, and I think I told you also about that special bag of herbs that I got that I was supposed to put in the herbs when I got my period, so it would make it less heavy and intense. And I had my first sip of that tea last night, and when I woke up this morning, it was like my period was almost gone. It's complete magic. I don't know how the herbs do that, but I think this is the first like real cool big ass sign that these herbs are just more than just herbs. I mean, they are miracle medicine. So the rest of this vlog is actually going to be about food and what I eat in a week. So I'm gonna get ready and then go to the grocery store and do a little haul, and then I'm going to show you what I eat in a week. So I hope they're gonna find it interesting, and I'll see you later. So before I go to the grocery store, I just wanted to show you my favorite like little shake that I make when I need a little like snack or something during the day, but I don't want to get too filled up in my stomach because it's not time for me to have breakfast yet. So this is the Collagen Building Protein Peptides by Sun Warrior. And I love this powder because it's perfect for your skin, your hair, and your nail. And it also has some protein in there. So I usually have like maybe 1 shake per day or every other day. I really love this brand. It's soy-free. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, it has no sugars, and it's vegan, and it's just all really good for you. And I usually blend it with my favorite milk. This is the almond milk with no sugars by Alpro, and this is the final look. So I'm going to take this along in the car now on our way to the grocery store. So this is my little grocery haul. Let's start here. I'm a big fan of juicing and I love to make my own juice, but for a couple of months I've actually bought prepared juice at the grocery store because I just don't have time to juice at home. And these are actually really good. They have no additives, only apple, cucumber, spinach, pineapple, and spirulina. So it's a really clean juice brand, and I love green juice. This brand also has other flavors, but this is my favorite. So I got 2 of those, and you also want to make sure that they are cold pressed when you get juice, because that's a lot better and has a lot more nutrients. I also got this little smoothie. I also really love this brand, and as you can see, it's also green. This is a smoothie with kiwi, cucumber, apple, matcha, flax seeds, and some vitamins. And this is like if I'm craving something more than juice, or if I'm running out or something, I will grab that. And then I also got these. These are so cool. I usually buy sprouts, but these are actually in their normal growing habitat. So I'm gonna open that later and see what they look like. And I actually watched this video about making your own sprouts. So I also got yellow peas that I'm going to try and grow myself. So eventually these will hopefully look like this, but we'll see. Some lettuce, 2 cucumbers, and of course bananas. I eat so many bananas, and it's like my favorite thing to eat in the entire world. So bananas is always a staple in my home. And then I got carrots, white and yellow carrots. I can't eat orange carrots at the moment because I have food sensitivities and a strong aversion towards foods that are red and orange. So I'm so happy right now when these white and yellow carrots are available. They're not always available, so I stocked up on those. Then I got potatoes, and this is my favorite type of potato. It's almond potato, and it has a little bit of a nutty flavor. So I got 2 packs of those. I got avocado and some mushrooms. I love these brown mushrooms. And beans, of course. Green beans is a staple. This is also something I've been eating a lot lately, and I'm going to show you later in the video, but this is my favorite rice that I get. It's fair trade, of course. I try to get as much fair trade and near produce and fresh produce as I possibly can. I also got these as little treats. They are very clean little cookies, and this one has apple, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and cinnamon, and they have no additives or sugar, so they are really clean. And this one has carrot, millet, I don't know the word for this, little seeds, cardamom, and yeah, that's it. And they're also very clean. Yeah, that's about what I bought, and I'm going to show you during the week when I eat and prepare food with these things. So I hope you're excited. I just prepared my tea, and I thought that I was going to have a little bit of a conversation about food philosophy, and I realized that I probably need to make a separate video about my food journey and how I feel about food and my relationship with food and all those things. But just to give a little short introduction or explanation on how I view food right now. Basically, I've gone from food phobia to constantly working on having a more accepting relationship with food and eating. And what I practice now is food combining and intuitive eating. And those things can also kind of be called, but it's a little bit more out there for some people, but to follow the celestial diet, which is coined by Jordan Younger. If you follow her, you might have heard about it, and if you haven't, you're probably wondering what is that. But basically, it's about eating in a way that supports your spiritual connection with the cosmos, and also eating in a way that helps your body to thrive during the day, to be as clear of a channel as possible. And this is a little spaced out. I'm completely aware of that, but basically when you eat in a way that serves you and gives you energy rather than takes energy, and if you eat the things that your body naturally crave, and now I of course don't mean a bar of chocolate or a bag of chips. I mean just asking your body, what do you need today to feel energized, to feel healthy, to feel strong, all those things. And if you are in tune with your bodily signals, you will hear that, okay, my body needs bananas today, or my body needs more grounding foods like oatmeal and potatoes from the earth. Or maybe your body needs to be extra clear. It needs a green juice. It needs lighter foods. So that's kind of my philosophy on food right now and how I try to eat. And for the longest time, I have been craving grounding foods. I'm a very spiritual person, and I am constantly my mind is constantly floating all over the place, and therefore I really need to ground myself and become more just calm and centered and balanced, and therefore I need grounding foods. And grounding foods are, like I said, this information needs a completely separate video, but basically food from the earth. And the colors of these foods are usually brown and green. Green foods are also activating for the heart chakra, of course, but I have been eating brown food and green food for months. I cannot eat orange or red foods because they tend to give me too much fire. And like I spoke about in different videos, what Chinese medicine wanted to do with me from the beginning was to lower the heat that was in my body, because I was so inflamed and agitated. And if you eat foods that create fire and heat in your body, like bell peppers or, spicy things. They usually come with color. If you eat those, you will just increase the fire and the heat in your body. So I have been intuitively eating good things even before I started this medicine journey. But to get back to how I eat, I eat green foods. I eat kind of brown, yellow, and white foods because that's how I feel. That's what my body is craving right now. And I avoid as much as possible additives. I avoid packaged foods. I avoid foods that are basically produced in a lab if I can. And with that said, of course, I have nights or evenings where I love to have snacks. On occasion, I eat out. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I don't want to limit myself either. If I have like coworkers or, friends who want to eat out, of course, I will join them. It's not like it's going to harm me in any way, but I feel better if I can just eat what my body craves. And right now, that is like potatoes and green vegetables. For the longest time, I've had rice in the evening, and rice has been something that was completely a no-no for me. But I just recently felt like it's really calming for my stomach. So as I've been going through this medicine journey and healing journey, my stomach has been, as you know, all over the place. It's been chaos. And while it has been in chaos, I felt that I needed to support my stomach with easy things to digest and calming things, things that make me feel full so I don't walk around hungry. And rice and potatoes have been really helpful there. I also think it's important to practice food combining and knowing what foods are good to combine. And which foods are really bad to combine because it helps your digestion. And I can leave some links down below if you want to read up on food combining, or you can just Google it. There are tons of information out there. And just trusting your body, feeling into your cravings. Like, what do I need today to feel good? Maybe that is a bar of chocolate. What do I know? I mean, as long as you are being healthy and taking care of yourself in the long term and not looking at the short term, like, oh, what is going to make me happy right now? Yeah, indulging in, I don't know, 10 cookies. Yeah, it's super good and delicious, but how am I going to feel afterwards? That's what you have to ask yourself. And also, it takes time for the body to adjust. If you create a new diet, if you've gone from a very sugary diet and you want to start being really healthy, it's going to take a couple of weeks for the body to adjust itself and feel into the new things and to create new cravings for these things that you are feeding yourself. But I am like the perfect example of this. Throughout my life, I have experimented with so many diets and eating in certain ways. And I can truly say that when you start feeding your body healthy, clean foods, it's going to also crave healthy and clean foods after a while. You will, like, if you completely stop eating unhealthy things, your body is not going to want them anymore after a couple weeks. So yeah, that's kind of my philosophy in food and how I am eating right now. And I also want to mention that I do intermittent fasting. So I usually try to break my fast around 12, 1, sometimes 2 o'clock in the day. And up until then, I have coffee and the tea, of course, and I have occasionally, if I feel super hungry, I can have green juice before that, of course. I consider that okay for me. But why I do this is that I want to give my stomach some time to properly digest things and to just rest. I don't want to keep feeding it with things to constantly be under stress, because that's just not in alignment for me right now. So I start eating around usually 12 or 1 o'clock. And then I finish eating around, on an ideal day, around 7. And then I have my tea like 30 minutes after, and then I go to bed. So that's my usual routine that I try to stick to. But of course, there are days when I eat a lot later than that, or some days I wake up and I'm so hungry. Maybe I have a banana around 10, but that's my main routine that I try to focus on. And I'm a person that loves routine, and I feel really good if I have a routine. That's not for everyone, of course, but for me, it's really helpful for my day. I forgot my tea. Another topic I really wanted to add is that I eat a lot of mono meals, and that's also a little bit of food combining and a way to help your digestion, just eating one type of food per meal. So I'll either have like bananas until I'm really full, or I'll have only potatoes, or just focusing on one type of food, because that is really helpful for digestion, and it doesn't upset the stomach too much. And that's also why it's a bit challenging for me to make what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week, because I eat the same things every day, and I sometimes, or most of the time, eat just one thing. So it's not like I'm cooking or making a recipe or anything. We can do that during the weekends, of course, but in general, I eat the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's just the way I eat, and I've always been eating like that. And I eat the same thing. I eat the same thing for, well, weeks or months, and then I switch. So whenever I feel like, okay, I'm done with this dish, now I'm going to switch it up. And right now I'm really into potatoes and rice with green and brown vegetables. And then maybe I will change it completely in a month, and I will just hop on soups or salads or oatmeal or whatever it might be. But that's how I have been eating for years, and that's what works really well for me. And I can also say that for those people who find it like a struggle every day coming up with different food ideas, if you are fine with it, you can just eat the same thing that you ate yesterday. And if you like it, you don't have to change it every day. And in fact, your stomach is going to feel a lot better if it is not exposed to too many different things. So if you have problems with your stomach, that's a really helpful tip. Or if you are a person who is blessed with a really tolerant stomach, just go for doing what you want. I think it's important to really feel what kind of person you are, what type of person you are, what type of issues you have, and just be kind to yourself and ask yourself, what do I need to make this feel better? So that's a little bit about my food philosophy. And if you have any more questions about that, you can just add them in the comment section down below, and I will try to answer them in my video about food, my separate video about food. It's almost 11 and I just poured up some green juice. And I usually have like half of this glass jar with juice, and then I add water to the rest of the jar because I like to just blend out the juice a little bit so it gets, I don't know, more watery. That's just how I like it. So I'm going to enjoy this juice now while I do some work. This is my lunch today. Lettuce, cucumber, somewhere down there, cold potatoes, and some sprouts. The reason why I keep my potatoes cold is that when they boil and then are left to cool, they form this firm texture, which is known as resistant starch. And resistant starch is more easily digested in the gut and by the small intestine. And that means that it helps you keep yourself fuller longer than, for example, you would have a warm potato. And resistant starch is also a really good food for your bacteria in the microbiome. So it's a lot more healthy and beneficial for the body to have cold potatoes. Tomorrow is my next appointment, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about how this week has been for me. I would say that some things have been really good and some have been really bad. So I got my period on Friday, and the herbs were kind of adjusted this week to help me with PMS and with my period. And I also got a separate bag for decreasing my period because my period is usually very intense. And I took that bag in the first batch of tea. So I had it for Saturday evening, entire Sunday, and Monday morning. And on Saturday, I woke up with the worst cramps. And Sunday, everything was good. I felt really happy and good overall. On Monday, I was again in pain and I was really moody. Tuesday was fine. And today it's not good, not bad, just kind of something in between. So I've had like issues every other day. And if I compare it to other months, I would say being on the herbs have definitely been good for me. But I've also experienced like extreme anxiety, extreme stress. And I don't know, obviously, if that is just circumstantial because I've had a lot to do at work and dealing with a lot of personal issues. But I've had like really big problems falling asleep, and I've had heart palpitations in the evening. I don't know if it's because I've had the tea, because after I've had my herbal tea in the evening, I get really anxious. And I don't know if it's because I have the tea or if it's because I build up this worry that I'm going to go to bed and not be able to sleep. So it could be a vicious cycle, but that's something that I'm going to address to my doctor today. So this week I've had a little bit of cramping, and I also had issues with my mental health, like stress and anxiety. But other than that, I think that things have been working pretty well. And I did get a decreased menstrual flow as well, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, just overall tired, stressed, anxious, worried, but not to the verge of disaster. But I guess my husband would beg to differ because he has been pretty supportive during my, I don't know, moments of anger and sadness and all the things. So I don't really know if I should say that it's been good or okay, because if I'm going to be honest, it's probably been pretty bad. But today is a better day. Today I woke up really stressed, but now I've organized my life, and I've gone through my schedule and my planner and just made a plan for everything that's going on, because I was really disorganized in my mind. And after that, I just felt a little bit more calm, and I also feel more positive now. I don't feel so depressed or sad about things. And also I'm looking forward to my appointment tomorrow, of course. So it's later in the evening, and my husband is away all evening, so I'm having dinner by myself. And this is what I made. I boiled some rice, and I defrosted some green peas, and then I just fried some green beans, asparagus, and mushrooms to have on the side. And I'm watching my favorite movie, ELPARVAR. It's an Uzbek movie. I really recommend it. I can put a link in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my food, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh wow, what a day today, Jesus. I am exhausted, hence these. I had such a packed day today, and tomorrow is going to be even worse. I have a ton of meetings, and I'm going to the doctor in the middle of the day, and then home again for new meetings. So I'm not going to be able to film tomorrow, so I thought I would just film the outro today instead. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share if you haven't already. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see or hear me talk about, just put them in the comment section down below, and I will make sure to read them. But until next week, I want to wish you a good night's sleep and a good rest of your day. Bye.